What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel and another video on Gran Turismo 7. I have been off some days, so this video is a bit late today, but let's check out the new details of the lap time challenge that PD provided for us this week. And since we are short ahead of the famous 24 hours race in Le Mans, PD has come up for us with Le Mans for sure in the BMW McLaren F1 GTR race car from 1997. So let's check out which time we have to beat currently. The current time to beat is a 3:41.9, so I'd say let's jump right in, get into the fast lap, and let me explain it. Cutting the curb of the last corner and taking a good amount of speed to the main straight, make sure to rev out those gears. Position your car on the left side of the track, get up to 5th gear and cut a lot of the curb on the right hand side, and then your first brake marker will be the very first total sign on the right hand side. Straighten up the car while braking, go down to 2nd gear and you can cut again a lot of the curb left and right hand corner and go early back on the power in 2nd gear. Make sure to rev out those gears again, up to 4th gear, and your second brake marker is at the end of this tarmac zone, so where the green starts. Straighten up the car again, brake, go down to 3rd gear and keep it narrow in this left-hander. Early back to the power and up to 4th gear, position the car on the left hand side of the track, and the next brake marker is where this blue zone on the right hand side starts actually. So shortly tap the brakes hard, keep it in 4th gear, cut the curb early back on the power, and make sure to stay within the track limits and not invalidate your lap. And going down the back straight, it's a good time to consider to smash that like button and leave a subscription to my channel to not miss future videos. Coming back to the lap in preparation of the next corner, position your car to the left side of the track and then your next brake marker will be around 150 meters, so slightly before the 100 board on the left hand side. Brake hard and cut a lot of the curb on the right hand side, going down to 2nd gear, shortly to 1st gear to some more rotation for this left hander, up to 2nd and early back on the power to continue down the straight. Speeding this one up a bit cause the back straight is quite long. Your next brake marker will again be shortly before the 100 board on the right hand side. Again brake hard in a straight line and go down to 2nd gear, go to the left, short brake into action and down to 1st for some more rotation, back to 2nd and back on the power to continue the back straight. Speeding up again cause this will otherwise take forever. Your next brake marker will be shortly before this shadow area and the bend in this curb. So brake hard in a straight line and position the car to the left, go down to 1st gear, early up to 2nd again, keep it narrow in the corner without hitting the cones and then early back on the power. Accelerating through all those gears, going through this long section, your next right hander will actually be flat out and then your next brake marker is at the end of this curb. So brake in a straight line again and go down to 1st gear for rotation, early back up to 2nd in this left hander and back on the power. Then your next brake marker will be the second gun sign on the right hand side. So make sure you position your car to the left again, brake in a straight line and use 1st gear for more rotation, keeping it narrow on the right hander and early back on the power again. And after again revving the hell out of this car, your next brake marker will actually be the blue Goodyear sign on the left or this green zone that starts here, you may choose. Short brake action and down to 4th gear, keeping it narrow on this right hander and then flat out through the next left hander. For the upcoming left hander again, a slight lift is necessary to keep it narrow, followed by a short braking into action, keeping it in 4th gear, trying to be narrow on this right hander again, short brake action down to 3rd and as early as possible back on the power while not abusing the track limit. For the last section, go up to 5th gear and then position the car on the right and then on the middle of the pit entry is your braking point. So brake hard again and go down to 2nd gear for this left and right hand corner, then brake shortly at the curb on the right hand side, maintaining 2nd gear, cutting a lot of the curb and avoiding the red sausage, and then go early on the power and hopefully get a good time and your 2 million credits. And now let's review the lap once more in chase cam. So starting your lap, position the car on the very left hand side of the track. Going for the first right hander, cut the curb on the right hand side and then your first brake marker is the total sign on the right. Go down to 2nd gear, abusing the curbs for the left and right hand corner, early back on the power again and revving out those gears for this next sector. Going through this right hander, your brake marker is at the end of these cones, so brake in a straight line, go down to 3rd, keep it narrow in this left hander and early back on the power, revving out the gear again, going up to 4th gear, position it on the left, brake now shortly and cut this curb on the inside, not going too wide on this corner because it will invalidate your lap. Speeding up again the back straight, position your car to the very left of the track and your brake marker is shortly before the 100 board on the left. Go down to second gear, cutting the curb on the right, short downshift to first for some rotation on this left-hander, back in second and early back on the power. Speeding up again, you now need to position your car on the right hand side of the track and your brake marker is again shortly before the 100 board on the right. Brake hard and go down to second gear, and after this left-hander, short downshift to first for some rotation, early up to second again and back on the power for the third part of the backstraight. And after one last time of speeding up, your next brake marker will be the begin of this shadow area or the bend in the curb. Brake in a straight line and go down to first gear, keep it narrow on this right-hander, not hitting one of the cones, because it will invalidate your lap. And then back on the power in second gear and revving out those gears again. And speeding up one more last time, your next brake marker will be after the flat out corner here at the end of this curb on the right hand side. Brake hard in a straight line, going down to first gear, early up to second for this left-hander, back on the power. Your next brake marker is this gun board on the right hand side, braking again down to first gear, keeping it narrow on the right hand side, and back on the power in second gear. And to avoid speeding up one more time, feel free to leave a like to the video and consider subscribing to the channel, it would be highly appreciated. After doing so, position car to the left side of the track again, and your brake marker is this Goodyear blue sign on the left hand side or the green zone that is on the tarmac. Go down to fourth gear after a short brake interaction, back on the power for flat out on this left-hander, slight lift for this next left-hander, and then short brake action, keeping it in fourth and keeping it narrow on this right-hand corner. Short brake action again down to third gear and early back on the power, not going wide and abusing the track limits. Accelerate through up to fifth gear, position the car to the right-hand side of the track, and in the middle of the pit entry is your brake marker. Brake hard, go down to second gear, abuse the curbs on his left and right hander, brake hard again, abuse the curb again and avoid the red sausage, back on the power in second gear, and hopefully crossing the finish line with a good time to get yourself the 2 million credits. And that is one fast lap in Le Mans. It's not the optimum yet, I'm honest on this one, but I will also try to improve over the next days. Maybe let me know in the comments what time you were able to achieve, and if this video helped you out, feel free to leave a like, and I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future videos. And then I say thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.